When my parents gifted my brother $800,000 family orchard, they expected me to applaud. Instead, I read their sealed envelope to the entire anniversary gala. Julian is the dynasty heir. He's loud, wears custom suits, and married a lawyer my parents adore because she talks stocks and brings vintage champagne everywhere. I married Elias, a landscaper who works with his hands. My parents never hid their disappointment. The heritage orchard has been in our family for 3 generations. When grandma passed, the 50 acres went to my parents. I spent every harvest there. I repaired the irrigation lines at 16. I helped grandma graft the new saplings when I was 14. That soil is wedged under my fingernails. At their 40th anniversary gala, my parents announced they were legally transferring the estate to Julian and Claire. Dad gave a tearful speech about securing the family legacy and how Julian's corporate mind would scale the brand. The catered ballroom erupted in applause. Then, Mom slipped an envelope into my hands. "This is for you." I opened it, expecting a check to balance the scales. It was a single typed page. I scanned the first paragraph, and a cold sweat broke out. "Dear son, we know this is unexpected, but the orchard requires Julian's financial expertise. As for your inheritance, we secured a $12,000 certificate of deposit maturing in 10 years. We hope you realize this is about practicality, not favoritism. 12 grand locked away for a decade. Against an $800,000 generational business handed over with no conditions." The whole room was watching. Julian was basking in victory. Mom had her expectant smile, the one demanding I swallow the disrespect quietly. That's when the real bombshell dropped. I didn't swallow anything. I cleared my throat, lifted the heavy paper, and read it out loud. Every single word. I started from the top. "Dear son." I read the line about Julian's expertise. I read the part about the $12,000 CD. I read the hollow closing about practicality. I watched the oxygen leave the room. Julian's smug grin vanished. Claire found her glass fascinating. Aunt Margaret gasped, touching her pearls. Uncle Richard dropped his silver fork with a clatter. My cousin muttered, "That's actually disgusting." Dad's face flushed crimson. "You weren't supposed to read that in public," he hissed. "Then you shouldn't have handed it to me in front of everyone," I snapped. "You gave your golden child an $800,000 estate in a public toast, and gave me a decade-long wait in a sealed envelope. You wanted the glory public and the insult private." I balanced the ledger. Julian stepped forward. "It's not an insult. They're protecting the assets. You got a payout. I got a business to run. How is that unfair? We have the capital to modernize it." Heat climbed. Aunt Margaret called Sunday. She said the room was silent for 20 minutes after I left. Julian tried to change the subject, but nobody cooperated. Dad retreated to the bar, and Mom cried alone. 3 weeks later, Dad called. He said they were reconsidering. He offered to split the deed. I said, "You don't share something you already gave away. Julian's name is on the LLC. It's done. We could undo it," Dad pleaded. "You can't undo what it told me, Dad. You can shuffle lawyers around, but you can't undo the fact that you handed me a 10-year waiting period while Julian got the empire in real time." He didn't have an answer. "The CD matures in 2036. I don't think about it. The orchard has 50 rows of Honeycrisp trees I planted with my grandmother. I won't be the one harvesting them, but I'll always know which roots are mine."